Hey, what's up guys, how are you today? Welcome to my vlog. Now, as I promised in my previous video, I'm gonna talk about ultra low emission zone. Yes, the ultra low emission zone in London. Sorry, excuse me, I just had the dinner not that long ago and I ate too much. So yeah, I did a video on that, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, something like that, when before it was extended, or even before it even existed, but surely before it was extended to A406, A205 kind of area. So I did the video back then, and some of the things I said over there came out to be true. So some of the things I said came to be true. So for example, in that video, if you want to, you can just watch it, I will link it somewhere. In that video I said, you know, how will they know that you are in the zone? Let's say you live in the zone, and I was talking specifically about within A406, A205. You know, how will they know if you live in the zone and you go to a fucking shop only or something, like maybe a mile or something like that, a journey, you know, not a big journey. So how will they know? How will they charge you for that? And well, the answer came, I think this month or last month or something like that. The answer came because they're gonna build more cameras. Obviously, councils around this area and so on are building more cameras in order to catch people. So junctions, main roads, stuff like that will have cameras. Now, I am aware that some councils on the outer edges, not ledges, on the outer ledges, on the outer edges of London, they refused to build those cameras, and people are saying like, yeah, good for them, good for the councils, yeah, good for the councils are doing great, you know, oppose fucking Sadiq Khan. Oh, great, but they cannot oppose him. They might try to, you know, stop him from building the cameras, but the zone's gonna extend anyway. Like, he has the power, literally, he has the power to extend that zone, doesn't matter what the council say. Even if they don't want to install the camera, they can still fucking put the zone in there. Like, that's it. It's coming in 23, so this year basically. Apparently, because the councils can do nothing about the zone itself, so it's gonna get extended anyway. It's just the councils are fighting that they don't want this, and they don't want obviously the cameras. But even then they were told that you don't have a choice. So imagine that. Fucking councils who represent people as well, they have no choice in say. They have no choice. You have to fucking put the zone up over there, and you have to put the fucking cameras over there, basically. What is this? Dictatorship? What the fuck, man? Like, if the councils don't want it, I think they should be able to fucking not have it. But obviously, that's a money-grabbing scheme. Like, they want to spend, they already spent like £100 million. £100 fucking million on those cameras. And in my previous video, like 4 or 5 years ago, I said exact thing. You know, how will they know that you are in the zone? They would have to plaster so many of those fucking cameras, which will cost millions of pounds. I don't remember if I said it will cost millions of pounds, but they will have to have fucking plethora of those cameras. And it literally came true. After 4 or 5 years. Literally came fucking true. So there you go. Okay, there you go. Literally. From my video 4 or 5 years ago, I literally predicted the future, man. So they will build more cameras. They already built more cameras, and I think they are either spending or will spend like 100 million or something like that on cameras and shit. Then another thing I said, you know, what about the people who cannot, you know, afford to change the cars? You know, a lot of people rely, because they are on the outside edges kind of London. Maybe the housing is cheaper for them and stuff like that, and they cannot, literally might not be able to get a newer car that complies. And say, oh, but the cars from 2005 for petrol are fine, you know. But what if you have a car from 2000, let's say 15? From 2015 you have a car, but it's a diesel car. It's Euro 5 most probably. It's gonna be Euro 5 because Euro 6 came out in 2015 or 16. If you, I think the manufacturers maybe started doing the standard from 2016, because I remember my father had a Hyundai of some sort. I don't remember which Hyundai, but it was a Estate. I think it was 2015 model, and he had Euro 5. It was diesel, and he had Euro 5. And that was like, you know, in 2019 or something. So imagine, like, this 4-year-old car does not comply. Imagine that. So he wouldn't be able to go to central London, where congestion charge is, without paying for ultra low emission zone as well. Which is bullshit. A 4-year-old car, because it has Euro 5, not Euro 6. Literally just like that, wiped out. 4 years old car, useless. And imagine later on, I think it came out in 2020 or something like that, the ultra low emission came in life around A406 and A205. So imagine your 5 or 6 year old car, you cannot drive it around because it doesn't meet the requirements for the emission. A 4 or 5 year old car, which is diesel. So you may say they effectively fucked everyone in their asses. And then the TfL, whatever, which is in cahoots with fucking Sadiq Khan, obviously, because they're the ones getting money out of it. It's not the councils. The councils are not getting paid for this. So, for example, if the councils are building the cameras and stuff like that, and if they catch you and stuff like that, it's not the councils that get money, it's the TfL. Imagine that! What the fuck does TfL have to do with this as well? Like, TfL is Transport for London. This is not Transport for London. This is not fucking public transport. I'm riding my own fucking vehicle. Like, how is that a Transport for London? No, it's a public fucking transport you should care about. What the fuck are they doing caring about private transport? That is bullshit as fuck, man. That is so bullshit, man. What does TfL have to do anything with this? Like, they have nothing to do with private transport, with cars on the road. Like, literally. It's not TfL. Where do you pay road tax? To TfL? No, you don't pay it to TfL, do you? You pay it to the government, basically. That's where the taxes are going. So why the fuck are they putting the tax, literally it's a tax, on fucking people for road use, which I'm paying road tax already. It's another stealth tax. Literally, you don't comply. Your vehicle might be fucking 7-year-old or something, but it doesn't comply because it's diesel. Like I said, you can spend millions of pounds on solar or whatever energy, and you'd be fine. You'd have offset the emissions by producing more clean energy. And also, because energy is so fucking expensive, it will be cheaper energy for people as well. Wow. Wow. Right? So why not invest that into something meaningful instead of building shit ton of cameras to catch people having vehicles that are 7 or something years old because they don't have Euro 6. Yeah, petrol cars are earlier, so petrol cars can be like 10, 11, whatever years old, and they should be fine. They should have Euro 4, I think. Maybe not all of them as well. But that's the point, you know, like I said, with my father's car. He sold the Hyundai because he wouldn't be able to live inside the zone. Like, if you were to drive around in that car, literally you would have to pay every day, because just because it's a fucking 4-year-old car, it's from 2015, not 16 or 17, literally, and you get punished for that, even though it's the relatively new car, like 4 or 5 years old car, it's relatively new. You still pay quite a lot of money for it, you know, when you buy it used. It's not like it's gonna cost you £2,000 or something, in a proper condition, obviously. Wow, that was a hole. That's what I'm saying, you know. It's like, it's bullshit as hell, man. I wanted to wash my camera, clean my camera. It's like the light changed. I don't know if I cleaned it, to be honest. I can't see anything in my mirror, to be honest, as well. Yeah, so yeah, people are pissed. And now the council say, like, yeah, we're not gonna put the cameras up. Yeah, you're gonna put it up. I mean, if because they got a sort of thing where even if councils oppose them, they can still go ahead and do it. Like, I don't remember how it's called, but I read about that. Like, the councils have no say in this anyway. I don't know why TfL is involved in that though, because that's transport for London, not fucking private roads for London or something. I'm not sure why TfL should be involved in that. Like, that's not public transport. They have, this has nothing to do with public transport. This has everything to do with private transport. I'm not sure why councils shouldn't be the ones to manage that. That's first thing. Or maybe they will manage that, but it's like the money goes to TfL. Because they had to be fucking bought out already once during the pandemic, because, oh, we didn't earn enough money, and now your ticket's gonna increase. Surely they will increase. I don't know, they already, I think, said something about the tickets increasing. You're gonna pay for the cameras effectively, basically. If you're a commuter on a tube or bus or whatever, yeah, you're gonna basically pay for the cameras that they want to erect for £100 million or whatever, you know. You're paying for that, basically. That's the idea. And then they just go, that's investment. That's basically what they're doing, is investment, because they're gonna get the money out. Like, people either who live here and stuff like that in the London, and they have not complying car, they will have to pay that. If not, then they will pay the fine, whatever. But they're gonna rake in so much money, man. That's what I'm saying. It's bullshit. So what I think about that? Well, I think about that they should throw him out of the fucking office, because the councils are saying no, the people are saying no, and yet they can still do it, which I don't think is democracy. That's not how that works. That's just dictatorship. It's like, you have no say. He was voted in. Yeah, but it's like, just because he was voted in, does that mean he can do whatever he wants for 4 years with no consequences, with no repercussions? Is that how it works? Well, then that's bullshit, isn't it? Didn't see that guy. Didn't see that guy either, even though I checked. I heard him though. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's bullshit, because yeah, there's no repercussions. And he drives like fucking what was it called? Range Rover. So he's not even environmentally kind of conscious or anything. No. It's like V8 fucking Range Rover he drives, like bulletproof one as well. I heard some people say it's a bulletproof fucking Range Rover, and 4 bodyguards or 5 bodyguards, because he's afraid of for his life. And at this stage, now look at the past mayor, Boris Johnson. I'm not saying he's great or anything like that, but at least he was fucking cycling to work. You know, at least there are pictures and stuff like that. He was cycling, you know. It's like, if you were to say, oh, I am environmental, at least you had some sort of fucking something to believe he was, because at least he was fucking riding bicycles to work and stuff like that. He was literally riding bicycles. I don't know if all the time or anything. I didn't see any guards with him with bulletproof vests or anything like that. But people are laughing at fucking Sadiq Khan because he's going out with a dog for a walk in a V8. I don't know if it's V8, but I'm just saying, I like to say V8 Range Rover. I don't know why, but it's like, it sounds fun to me. So in a V8 Range Rover, bulletproof, with 4 bodyguards, because he's afraid for his life. And he should be, because the crime is fucking on the rise, isn't it, in London? Knife attacks, fucking shit like that. Lately in the news, there was a guy who got stabbed in the street by a refugee or something. And they said, you know, someone told him or something like that. I didn't read the whole thing. I just read more, like, a few things. And someone, like, told him that if he stabs this guy, he's gonna be deported to his country or something. I don't know. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. But yeah, why would him start? If you want to be deported, like, just go to the, like, police or whatever and say, I want to be deported. I'm here illegally or something, and you will be deported. That's pretty much it. You don't have to fucking stab people to death. Right? I suppose that's my take on it. Some people have a different idea, I guess. They rather stab someone. Will I make it to the front? I will. Noise. Yeah, they rather stab someone to get deported, which is... I don't know if that's true, whether he stabbed him for deportation or because he just hated the guy or something. I don't know, said something about the refugees. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me, but it's like... the crime itself is on the rise. And people get stabbed in the tube and stuff like that. You hear about that every day, pretty much. But Sadiq Khan is not worried about that, obviously. He's worried about fucking ultra-low emissions on cameras. That's what he's worried about. That's what I'm saying, mate. Why am I not filtering? I don't know. Why am I keeping to the left like that? I have no idea. But that is some traffic, mate. On Saturday as well. Let's just go. Let's just go overtake the van, I suppose. Yeah, so that's my rant. I mean, I try to make it as small as possible. If you want to, you can go to my previous video and you'll get some of the ideas I got already in that, kind of some of the questions I asked. As I said, I don't remember most of them. I know I spoke about the cameras and I spoke about people being pissed. And pretty much both of those things came true, because they will be putting up cameras. Whether the councils agree or not, they will be putting cameras, mate, don't worry. And people are pissed already. So, and they already fucking destroyed those cameras. And it's like, oh, this is appalling behavior. Well, obviously they're gonna fucking destroy those cameras. What did you expect? People are pissed. What did you expect, Sadiq Khan? That they're just gonna take your bullshit and swallow it? Dude, like, seriously. Some people, when they get pissed, they can destroy shit. That's how it is. So instead of fighting the crime, you're fighting people who are just literally just using the roads. Okay, or cannot afford something better because of the shitty... what was it called? Wages. Today, because I checked, today's like minimal national wage is like $9.50. If you work from Monday to Friday and you work whole year, you're gonna get what, 20 grand or something like that, and then you have to deduce taxes from that. It's not gonna be a lot of taxes, because 12 grand you have as a personal allowance. But yeah, but what type of money is that? When even bread costs fucking £2. What the fuck can you achieve with the prices of rents going higher and higher in London? No wonder these people want to live outside London. Maybe the rents maybe are cheaper over there, and they commute with their shitty cars. And I'm not trying to put these people down, but that's what I'm saying, you know, they don't have very good cars because they cannot afford it, for example. And now these guys want to tax them even more instead of try to help them out. Maybe increase the national wage by a lot more, like maybe you do it, I don't know, £13 an hour or something. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know what would be the right amount. But I know that, you know, people are struggling, especially with bills for electricity and stuff like that. People are struggling. They're getting wrung dry, basically, from their money. So what are they supposed to do when they hear another fucking tax coming in on a car that they cannot change, they can barely maintain or something, and they need the car to work or something like that, and then, you know, the tax comes, excuse me, and you have to pay £12 a fucking day. Who wouldn't be pissed? Like I said, my vehicles comply. My family's vehicles comply. So I don't have a problem with that, but that's just because I don't have a problem with it. And maybe I'm a bit more fortunate that I have, well, 125 is hardly a fucking expensive bike, but yeah, but maybe I'm a bit more fortunate in my family, so let's say, that we have vehicles that comply with this type of shit. But that doesn't mean everyone is like that. So yeah, these are my thoughts on ultra low emission zone right now, It's like, yeah, it's pointless. They extended it to A406 and I don't want to extend it to the whole London pretty much. Like the whole borders of London, like to M25. Literally, that is the end of London a lot. The end. So people who commute even from outside M25 will have to pay if they don't have a car that is up to standards. And I know there will be some people that say, oh, but it's environment. Oh, but you know, you cannot afford a fucking 2000 something car. Yeah, some people may be not able to afford it. Some people maybe have diesel vehicles that are from 2011-12. And they bought the vehicle for a long term and they didn't know about the stupid fucking ULEZ. And even though the vehicle is still serviceable, for example, tough luck, you have to pay because it doesn't have the Euro whatever number. It's a bit, like I say, if they wanted to really worry about the environment and so on, I think there are many other options to go for in order to change that, but what can I say? Anyway, thanks guys for watching. I'll see you in my next vlog video, whatever it's gonna be, and blast out.